video, I'm going to be going over the letter sounds using the Hooked on Phonics Learn to Read Level 1 flashcards for early emergent readers. And as you can see right there on the box, it says pre-K, ages 3 to 4. We could even push this to 5 to 6. And okay, so but if you're early emergent reader, which I have a student that's an early emergent reader, this is what I use to get my student to read, and how I got my student to read like at mid-level. That being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so I'll link that in the description if you want to go ahead and get that for later on. So how are you going to help your student to read? Well, they need to know their letter sounds. They also need to know their letter vowels, right? They need to know the vowel sounds as well. So we're going to go A for alligator. That's the letter sound we want to get from A is A, alligator. B, 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 B. C, K, K, cow. D, door. D, 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 or. So you hear the D sound. E, envelope, envelope. E, envelope. I like to say E, elephant. F, F, fireman. F, fireman. G, goat. G, oat. G, G, oat, goat. H, house. H, 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 house. Thank you for joining. If you are here, please like and subscribe to help the channel to grow. Thank you. I do reading, and we help students to learn to read. Okay. All right. H, house. I, 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 iguana. I, iguana. You're hearing that sound from the I, right? It's not just I is the long I sound, like I from the letter vowels, A, E, I, O, U. That's where you get that I sound from. But if you're pronouncing a word, you need that short sound of I, it's going to be eh. It almost sounds like E. Hi, I'm in college. I think I know this. Yeah, I know. This is, if you're just joining, this is for students. Not just, I mean, some college students, if you speak a second language, you can benefit from this. Early emergent readers, pre-K. But it's Hooked on Phonics, which is pretty international. I'm in fourth grade, but I will watch. Awesome, you're gonna benefit. Yes, I'm in fourth grade. All right, thank you guys for joining. Let's go right back into it, okay? I promise you, if you stick with me, you're gonna learn how to read, and real fast. Like, you're gonna be reading like college level. I got a pre-K that's reading at second grade level. Okay. Alrighty. So iguana. J, ch, j, joker, right? K, 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 key. Senior, Blake. Hi, Blake. Senior, I'm in high school. I still need to learn. Look, I'm here for you guys, okay? Please like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, okay? Hit the bell icon. You'll get more notifications. If you might get something on here that's going to help you. L, ooh, okay? Not l, ooh, leaf. But you still hear, if you listen carefully, you'll still hear that ooh sound, okay? L, leaf. M, mouse, mouse. M, mouse. N, it's the sound. Net, net. O, olive, olive. P, pencil, pencil. Q, quilt. I was expecting that to be queen, but it's quilt. R, rabbit, rabbit. S, spoon. S, like spoon, okay? All right, let's continue. I dropped my cards. I'm sorry. T. Now we don't want to say t because it's not t, okay? It's a short sound. Okay? Tree. U, underwear. That's funny. V, volcano. Volcano. W, you would think W would make the w sound, but it's not w, it's w. Wagon. X, box. Like you hear that at the end, listen to it. Box. You hear it at the end. That's what that X sounds like. Y. Sometimes Y can sound like an E. That's a tip for you guys, okay? That's me dishing you the tea. Y can sound like an E. And this is yarn. Yarn. Or it can sound like an E sound. Z. Zipper. Zipper. Okay, and then we have a whole nother bunch of like A. Oh, here we go with the typical. Let's go through this. Because the first A that I had was, you see here? A, alligator. We'll run through this because I see some of you guys are still on. A, apple. That's how you want to say that A, right? Apple. B, bell. C, cat. Cat. D, we all know that. Dog. D. E, elephant. Fish. G, guitar. Guitar. H, hat. I, igloo. Igloo. J, jam. K, kite. L, ladder. M, moon. N, nest. O, octopus. P, pig. Q, queen. R, rocket. Rocket. S, sun. T, turtle. Not t. U, umbrella. V, violin. W, worm. X, X-ray. Y, yo-yo, or E, it can sound like an E. Remember, it can sound like an E. Y can always sound like an E. Remember that. Z, zebra. All right, so since you guys stayed on, the next thing I want to go over is the A. And let me see here. the vowels. That's really important, right? Let's see. Just give me a second to find these letters as vowels. E, we remember this. E, you gotta get I, then I gotta get O, A, E, I found U, I just need O. Where's my O? Okay. How do we read? Okay. That's the key to doing all of this. I was going over the letter sounds with you guys, but how you're going to learn how to read and read well is going to be this. Guys, if you're just joining, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like, and don't forget to hit the bell notification to get more like this, okay? All right. So how you learn how to read is A-E-I-O-U. It's not just A-E-I-O-U, right? So you're going to get the short A sound, which is ah for apple. And then the A sound, the long E sound will be A. E is the long E sound, right? But eh is the short E sound. I is the long I sound. And then you have is the short I sound. O is the long O sound. Is the short O sound. Okay. U is the long U sound, and like for umbrella is, sorry, I made that sound mistake. For umbrella, right? That's a short U sound. So A-E-I-O-U. And we can make some words out of this. Like for instance, watch how you're going to get the long E sound, right? If I take these away, watch how we get the long E sound. And I need an N. Where's my N? Right? Do you guys see how we went and we got the long E sound? Van. You hear the, oh, actually, that's the short E sound. Sorry. Van. And. Van. Now we want A. But in order for me to get that A sound, I got to get let's see here. We'll make another word. Like, now look at the difference. 8. Long A sound. Okay? You see the difference of the vowels? So we did, look at the difference again. Some letter play here. We did van. And if you didn't notice, now you know that the vowels are not just the vowels. The vowels can help you read. Okay? That's some T for you guys. Van, is a short A sound. But when you get a word that says A, right? That's the long A sound. So let's go over, again, we're going to go over the vowels. Just bear with me here. I'll pull these out. A-E, I-O-U. Just run that through for some basics. All right, let's do this again. I really appreciate you guys sticking with me. All right. A-E-I-O-U. I want you guys to think that's long sounds. That's long letter sounds of the vowels. When you hear a, e, o, then that's the short letter sounds, okay? Like apple, or in this case, alligator, right? And then you hear, this one is, we had elephant before, so I'm not going to use envelope. Elephant, right? And then ink instead of iguana, or iguana can work too because it's short. And O, olive, that's the short sound. And U for underwear. You hear the sound, the underwear. You hear that, right? I bet you do. All right, so that's that. And I'll just throw in a little fun little thing. Like this. I know this is fourth grader stuff. I'm sorry, this is like preschooler stuff. But trust me, the basics will help you learn to read. Um, this is just for fantasy. I used to read this book to my baby at the time. It's not a baby anymore, but yeah. And since then, it's helped grow my child's reading skills like a lot. All right, let's do this. Good night, gorilla. Good night, gorilla. Good. You hear that? Good night, gorilla. Good night, gorilla. Here's the gorilla in his cage. Here's the zookeeper and his keys and the light, right? And here is a bird. It looks like a bird. And I want you guys to pay attention to that balloon. As we move through the story, you're going to see that balloon move along too, okay? All right, let's go to this page. Okay, here we go. Now, this book has no words on it, so I'm going to improvise here, okay? The gorilla gets out of his cage. He follows the zookeeper. And there goes that balloon. Remember, this book is for imagination purposes. The gorilla, good night, elephant, says the zookeeper. Good night, zookeeper, says the elephant. But the gorilla is going to let the elephant out. And so he does. Good night, lion. And good night, zookeeper. And what does the gorilla do? The gorilla lets the lion out. Good night, hyena. Good night, giraffe, says the zookeeper. Now, where is that balloon? That balloon is somewhere. Remember I told you that balloon travels? Good night, armadillo, says the zookeeper. Now, the gorilla is waiting for the zookeeper to keep walking so that he can open the door. Now, everyone follows the zookeeper into the house. Everyone. Now, where's that balloon that we were looking at earlier? It's up there. And they follow him into the bedroom. They all get snuggly, comfy, cozy. Good night, dear, says the zookeeper's wife. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. And the zookeeper's wife opens her eyes in the dark. Oh my. She turns on the light and she sees all the animals in her bedroom. Where's that balloon? It's right there in the window, outside of the window, near the moon. And so the zookeeper's wife takes all the animals back to the zoo. Good night, Sue, says the zookeeper's wife. But little does she know that the gorilla and the mouse is following her back into the house. Thank you for joining. If you are just joining, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. So she goes in, she says, good night, dear, good night. But little does she know the gorilla and the mouse are crawling in bed. And they all fall asleep. Good night, gorilla. Zzz. Good night. Good night. Good night, everyone. Now, I'm going to say bye, and we'll pick up where we left off tomorrow. So if you like this, tune in tomorrow around the same time, around 9-ish. I'll be on live. Okay, if you don't catch me tomorrow, then hit the bell notification. You'll get notifications when I come on here on live, okay? What I do on this channel, for those that are just joining, I am helping you learn how to read, and we're starting from the basics. Okay, so it doesn't matter. You can always catch a tip or two. And I do also read, I start off with the beginner's Bible for those of you that care for. We can learn new words from the beginner's Bible or explore new words from the beginner's Bible as well. Okay, of course, it's a children's book, but some of these words like crashing and the Philistines, they're for like big kids too. Okay. Um, and for mainly early emergent readers. All right, guys. Good night. Ciao, ciao. Go get some rest, and I'll be back tomorrow. All right. Good night, y'all. Bye.